Akin is one of the best places I could think of to start your legal career because the practice groups here are all interesting places to work and the cross-collaboration is amazing. It's like nowhere else I've ever seen.
I think the culture at Akin is something really special. It's one of the things that makes coming to work every day really fun and enjoyable. It's a really warm and inviting place to work, and I feel like everyone that I work with is so supportive and encouraging and just really wants to see you succeed.
I think the most important thing for me is that you're a valued member of the team from the first day. Even though you don't have loads of experience coming into this job, you're treated as an integral part of every team you're a part of. The teams are usually quite small, which means there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And for me, that was really beneficial in terms of helping me develop my skills.
Being able to work closely with partners and associates, oftentimes being the only trainee on a deal, has meant that I picked up some work that I just wouldn't have done maybe at other firms. So it's been a really helpful part of getting involved, learning on the job, and getting to do some really cool work so early on into my career.
As a trainee, I had the opportunity to work on a really interesting international arbitration during my dispute seat. This involved travelling overseas to attend a week-long trial, and I was really substantively involved in the matter by drafting some of the statements of case and preparing cross-examination scripts for some of the witnesses. Akin makes available to trainees as well as associates a whole range of different sessions. These can be some practice area specific sessions geared more towards your legal skills.
TED Talks or Training Educational Development Talks are a flagship part of the training at Akin. So once a year, all trainees get the opportunity to present to their cohort on a topic of their choice, often related to the practice area that they're currently sitting in. And you're also encouraged to present to the wider firm and practice area.
What initially attracted me to the firm is the high quality work that the firm did. One of the matters I've worked on recently, which has been really interesting, is a potential investment in a sports team. So my role has been to do the due diligence and to find out what's in the data room with regards to that investment. And that's led to me becoming the focal point on the transaction for partners to ask queries as to what's in there and offer solutions as to what we might want to do moving forward. And that's been really exciting to be a key part of the team, focusing on the small points of what could be a very big investment.
So outside of my day-to-day work, one of the big initiatives I participate in is the London Always Green team. We're looking at how we can improve our own carbon footprint in the London office and smaller initiatives that we can take around the firm to try and improve our environmental footprint. We also do things like researching what's happening in the sustainability space for clients, and that's really important to me as someone who came into it from more of a development background and thinking about how we can help improve our own impact as well.
Akin actively champions trainees to get involved in pro bono. A really interesting matter I worked on was one of my own projects actually, and Rado and I were both really lucky to be able to work on this. It was for a pro bono client called the Howard League for Penal Reform. They were a client that I had reached out to personally to onboard them, and this was in my first 3 months of being at Akin. Having this kind of relationship with a client at such a junior stage is something that I couldn't imagine having before I started at Akin.
I was on the vacation scheme in 2023 and it really exceeded my expectations. What I enjoyed most about the vacation scheme was the opportunity to get involved with real client work, and this really cemented my desire to be a corporate lawyer. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the ability to rotate around 2 different practice groups, and I was able to see how different teams interact with each other across the firm, and I think that's a really valuable experience when you're looking in from the outside. Everyone was super approachable and willing to answer my questions.
I really loved working with vacation scheme students. I got to be a supervisor for my first time this year, and I think one of the best things about that is when I think back to when I was a back schemer and how nervous I was. It's really fun to be able to see that from the other side and offer kind of words of wisdom and advice. And I think one of the things I remember back from my back scheme were the people that I sat with who were so welcoming and kind and made me feel really at home. So I try and do the same thing when I'm a supervisor as well.
I think Akin's a great place to start your legal career because it is that rare mix of legal talent, great clients, all within a really inclusive culture. Because of the size of the firm and the teams, junior lawyers get a huge opportunity to get hands-on experience very early on in their careers, which allows them to progress very quickly.
I really feel like I've grown up at Akin. I joined as a junior associate, and as I've progressed, the London office has grown. But throughout that time, it's maintained this incredibly supportive, friendly culture. You get real on-the-job training and learning. You're afforded high levels of responsibility, and you get to work in a collaborative, supportive environment where you can really push yourself to be your best.
I've been managing partner of Akin's London office for coming up to 10 years now. I'm really proud of the firm and what we do because we're very collegiate, we're very collaborative, we're entrepreneurial, and we're very hardworking.
I think I would say to somebody who's thinking about starting their legal career at Akin that it is a truly great place to train. The experience I had as a trainee has really shaped me into a strong and confident associate. The training I had working with top legal minds on really, really exciting deals that were kind of cutting edge, really novel, is not something I think that every firm will offer you. And the opportunity to get stuck in on those from day one as a junior and not having to wait until you're a couple of years qualified to really contribute to the substance is something that's really special about working at Akin.
Akin is a place with a multitude of opportunities to develop into a well-rounded lawyer.
Akin is a supportive and comfortable working environment and really gives you the opportunity to grow.
Akin is the place where you get to work on the cutting edge of the legal world in teams made of experts that are also great colleagues.
Akin is my professional home.
What keeps me at the firm is really interesting work for really interesting clients and working with some great people, which overall makes it a really fun place to work. And I've been at Akin now 22 years, and I'm looking forward to many more.